In the wedding industry, should you be running ads on Google or should you be running ads on Facebook? Well, before you jump in and make that decision, it's actually super important that you understand the difference between the two, and that's what I'm going to cover in this video today. If you want to know how to grow your wedding business, make sure you click the subscribe button, because all of the content on this channel is going to be aimed at people in the wedding industry, and I'm going to show you how to get those brides booking you. There's two fundamental differences between Facebook and Google when running advertising campaigns. So let's start off with Google to begin with. So when you are running ads on Google, the audience already has the intent of buying your product or service. So if you're a wedding videographer or if you're a wedding photographer, they're actively going into Google and they are searching wedding videographer Northeast, or they're typing in wedding photographer London, and based on your keywords and the location that you're targeting on the Google ads, hopefully your ad is going to be presented near the top of the page, if not the top. So the difference there is that the bride, the couple, they're actively searching for your industry. They're actively looking for a wedding photographer or a wedding videographer. Now, Facebook, on the other hand, is a different beast altogether, because what happens on Facebook is people are just on the phones, they're just scrolling away. They've got no intention of actually booking a wedding videographer or photographer at that moment in time. This is where your creatives are super important, because you must grab the attention of the brides or the grooms. But generally speaking, I know that when I'm running ad campaigns, Facebook will feed out over 80% of females, because they're generally the ones who will go ahead and book the wedding videographer or wedding photographer. But going back to the creatives, in the first 3 seconds, you've got to grab their attention, because what's happening is they're scrolling on the news feed. They might not be in the mindset of, right, okay, I need a wedding photographer or a wedding videographer. But when they're scrolling and they see your ad, they might think, oh, hang on, I'm getting married. I've never even thought about having a wedding videographer. And this is something that happens a lot when I speak to people on the phone. They'll say to me, I didn't actually know I wanted a wedding videographer until I seen that 15-second video that you put on. So what I make sure that I do is, on my Facebook ads, I make sure that I'm really grabbing attention in the first 3 seconds. And if you want to know a little bit more about how I structure the ads, I have uploaded another video last week that you can go and have a look at, showing you how we actually set up our Facebook ads. And you can just run through and you can get those Facebook set up using our Thunderdome system. But our Thunderdome system is all about testing your different creatives to find out exactly what is grabbing the attention of your audience. So with Facebook ads, you are there to grab their attention and then move them across to your website or fill in the Facebook lead form, depending on what type of ad campaign that you are running. And they might go to the website and they might fill your form in, they might not. Exactly the same with Google. They may fill it in, they may not. I personally currently put most of my ad budget into Facebook because it's working. I'm getting a really good lead cost and I'm getting a really good conversion rate. So why would I change something that isn't broken? I have ran Google ads previously, but they just haven't performed as well as my Facebook ad campaigns. However, when it comes down to deciding if you should run ads on Facebook or on Google, if you've got previous data, that's going to be your first starting point. If one's worked better than the other, absolutely start with that. But in terms of my preference, I prefer using Facebook ads because I know that they work for me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to not run Google ads, because I have recently had a Google ad campaign, and the reason for this is because they can both work hand in hand really well, depending on the strategy that you're running. So let me give you an example of that. So what you might be doing is you might be running Google ads. They might click on that link and then go to your website, but they might not necessarily be ready to fill in your contact form then. They might just be browsing, or the kids might shout, someone might score a goal on the TV, you know what I mean? They might get distracted. So then what happens is, if you have Facebook ads running and the Facebook pixel is on your website, Facebook are going to know that they are now interested in looking at a wedding videographer or a wedding photographer. And this is where your Facebook ads will hopefully start to be served to those people, especially if you are running a retargeting campaign of website visitors, because they're definitely then going to see your Facebook ad. So this is where the two can work hand in hand. Generally speaking, because a wedding videographer or a wedding photographer, it's not necessarily a cheap purchase. They do a lot of browsing and they'll be checking out your competitors. And one thing to always remember remember is that if they are seeing your ads, they're almost certainly seeing your competitors' ads. So what are you doing to grab their attention that makes you stand out from your competitors? These are the type of things that you must keep in mind when making the decision if you want to run ads on Google or if you want to run ads on Facebook. If you haven't already joined our free Facebook group, Get Seen, Get Booked, make sure you click the link, and the link will be below in the description. On that Facebook group, we are more than happy to always answer any of your questions to help you guys get more bookings.